Seasonal details and March events coming to Pokemon Go. With the season of timeless travels coming to an end, the World of Wonders season begins, and with it we have a massive update. So we'll start it off with what's to come this season, and then we'll talk about March's content specifically. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. So first of all, this season called World of Wonders will be taking place 10 a.m. March 1st until 10 a.m. June 1st, so basically during the entirety of spring. We'll be getting a season-long special research that will give us the debut of Poipole, which is a poison pin Pokemon, so we can probably expect some of the research tasks to be centered around it, which, by the way, we now know we get at the very beginning of the research, which is pretty awesome. We'll finally be seeing new Tier 5 Shadow Raids appearing on the weekends, which will replace the legendary birds with the legendary beasts, so Shadow Raikou, Entei, and Suicune will all be available throughout the season. There will also be a seasonal ticket that you can purchase, which will give you certain items depending on each part. So for example, the first part will give you avatar items, special encounters, and some of these other items. Now, we're not sure what part 2 and part 3 are going to come with. You can expect something good, but you can also expect more or less the same, so you guys can be the judge if this is worth it to you or not. There will be 4 separate community days, so one will be on March 16th, a community day classic will be on April 7th, another one on April 20th, and the last community day of the season will be on May 19th. As always, we'll be getting some event-themed stickers from opening gifts or spinning Pokestops. The research breakthroughs will actually have slightly different Pokemon this time around, which include Hisuian Sneasel, Furfrou, Goomy, Sandygast, Jangmo-o, and Double. We'll also see exclusive spawns depending on the area you're in across the world. So going through these lists, in the cities you can expect Togetic, Gardevoir, Declatti, Gulpin, Stunky, Purloin, Scraggy, and some others. Forests will have Jumpluff, Absol, Elgyem, Phantump, Dupiter, Fomantis, Palmy, and others. Mountains are going to have Macargo, Phanpy, Nosepass, Medicham, Duskull, Carbink, Noibat, and more. Beaches and water habitats will see Quagsire, Shuckle, Surskit, Clamperl, Inkay, Clauncher, Tadbulb, and others. Then for the hemispheres, the northern hemisphere will see Hisuian Growlithe, Mawile, Bagon, Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Litleo, and more. And finally, the southern hemisphere will have Hisuian Voltorb, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Skarmory, Larvitar, Electrike, and some others. And again, these are exclusive to each area. The seasonal egg pool, of course, is changing, where the 2-kilometer eggs will hatch Togepi, Gothita, Solosis, Larvesta, Fletchling, and some more. 5-kilometer eggs will hatch Lickitung, Sableye, Roggenrola, Larvesta, Skrelp, and some others, where 5-kilometer Adventure Sync eggs will be Gligar, Mantike, Tortuga, Archon, Phantump, and some more. 7-kilometer eggs will follow a similar pattern and will hatch Alolan Vulpix, Galarian Slowpoke, Galarian Farfetch'd, Paldean Wooper, Galarian Stunfisk, and more, where 7-kilometer route reward eggs will be Hisuian Growlithe, Paldean Wooper, Hisuian Sneasel, Pawniard, Vullaby, and some others. Last but certainly not least are the 10-kilometer eggs, which will hatch Larvesta, Goomy, Turtonator, Charcadet, which is a new Pokemon for the season, Frigibax, and more. And the 10-kilometer Adventure Sync eggs will be Dratini, Dino, Goomy, Turtonator, Jangmo-o, and some others, so all dragon types there. And finally, the seasonal bonuses will include increased damage in raids when raiding with friends, 1 additional free raid pass per day by spinning gyms, which bumps the total up to 2 now, and we'll get increased XP when defeating 1 and 3-star regular raids and shadow raids. So you can tell they're definitely pushing the raid theme this season. So now that we got done with the seasonal details, let's talk specifically about what you can expect in March. Starting with those ever so helpful spotlight hours, these will occur every Tuesday between 6 and 7 p.m. your local time, and we'll start with Palmy on March 5th, where the bonus will be double XP for evolving Pokemon. We'll then be getting Nidoran Female next on March 12th, which will gift double Stardust, followed by Vulpix, Poliwag, Snorunt, and Hippopotas, all appearing on March 19th, where the bonus will be double XP for catching Pokemon. And finally, to end the month, we'll be getting Hoppip on March 26th, which will gift double catch candies. Moving on to the 5-star raids, Tapu Koko is back and will be kicking things off from March 1st to the 14th, followed by Regice from March 14th to March 21st. So there's a random Reggie just thrown in there, but finally to end the month, Tapu Lele will be available March 21st to April 4th, so we're only getting 3 this month. However, one thing you guys should know is that both Tapu Koko and Tapu Lele are getting brand new featured attacks called Nature's Madness. So this attack will deal 80 damage and lower the opponent's defense in trainer battles while dealing 90 damage through gyms and raids, which is a nice addition to make these two more relevant. As for the Mega Raids, we'll be getting 3 featured this month as well, where Mega Sceptile is kicking it off and will be available March 1st through March 14th, which will then transition into Mega Tyranitar March 14th until March 21st. And finally, to round out the month, Mega Venusaur is coming back from March 21st until April 4th, so overall, some pretty good ones here. As for the Shadow Raids, we're getting away from the legendary birds this time, and we'll finally have the legendary beasts instead. So Shadow Raikou will be kicking it off this month and is only available on both Saturdays and Sundays. Now, for the last few details of March, we'll have the regular events. So starting it off on March 3rd, we'll have a charged up research day from 2 2 to 5 p.m. Then we'll get the Pokemon Horizons event from March 5th to the 11th, which is debuting Charcadet, Armarouge, and Ceruledge for the first time. From the 14th to the 18th, we're having ourselves a Weather Week, so expect some bonuses centered around the weather. Of course, we'll have the Community Day on March 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. We're immediately following that, we're getting ourselves a Primal Kyogre Raid Day from 2 to 5 p.m. on March 17th. Then on the weekend after that, on March 23rd, we're getting a Primal Groudon Raid Day, so obviously can't have one without the other, but I'm super excited to have both of them. We'll then be getting a Verdant Wonders in Zarude ticketed event on March 21st to March 25th, so yes, you can get another Zarude if you missed out on the one before. From March 27th to the 31st, we're getting a World of Wonders Taken Over event, which should be centered around Team Go Rocket. And finally, from March 30th to the 31st, they were saving the best for last because we are finally getting the return of Shadow Mewtwo. So based on all these details, definitely expect to see some heavy hitters during this month. I'm pretty excited overall for the season, but let me know what you guys think in the comments.